my channel. I am Hawkinsimmer, and today we're doing another speed build, and our very first speed build using the Cottage Living expansion pack. Yay, I'm so excited when you're seeing this. Hopefully you're seeing this on Thursday, a week after Cottage Living dropped. But everything right now is crazy. I've been working on this build throughout the week during lunch and after work. And of course, today is the day that I need to do some final little things, the voiceover, of course, and upload it. And, well, Origin is down. Also, it seems as though the local internet is down. And, my microphone wasn't working when I, opened everything up, so that was tragic, and everything just is not working with us today, but the microphone is back up, so hopefully the other two things are to follow. But yeah, so this was my first go at the Cottage Living expansion pack. I just chose the only lot that was vacant. It's a pretty big lot. I can't remember the exact dimensions, but it was pretty big, and I thought it would be enough. I, of course, wanted to be able to use every main feature of this pack, so obviously I needed to have a house, and then I also wanted to have room for farmland, like vegetable produce farming, as well as stock animal farming. And then I wanted to use a pond, so I wanted a pretty big lot anyway to be able to do all of those things. And honestly, it could have been a little bigger. There was a point where I was like, oh my gosh, I'm running out of room. I really wanted to have like a pretty big lake, and that didn't work out quite that way. I mean, it's still big, but it wasn't as big as I had originally imagined. So I put the house back on this back far corner, and then I was just kind of winging it. I had no plans on what to do in the exterior other than I wanted all of those things, but I wasn't exactly sure where they would go. But I just thought like a long winding driveway, so you can see I've kind of sketched out that area, and I pulled into some of this debug stuff. Ooh, the debug for this pack is cute. It had some cute stuff. It had that truck with the flatbed on the back, and then it had a tractor. So I sat that out just so that I would know exactly where it was so that I could use it. Hi, Scout. And then I really played around with this driveway. I wanted it to seem natural, but obviously there. So I wanted it to be winding, but I ended up kind of taking this curve out a little because there wasn't enough room for what I had imagined for the farmland to be on the left side of the driveway. And it's unfortunate because I really liked this driveway, how it is right now, but it didn't work out. So I moved stuff around. I also played with maybe using fences or debug fencing to fence it in right here, but that also didn't work out. So I opted just to use shrubs, and I still think it's the look that I was going for, so I'm pretty pleased with it yet. I did, like I said, change the shape of the driveway, but I cut that out because it was really just the curvature of it. I just made it a little less curvy, but it's nothing too terrible. So I'm just cluttering up, trying to add some cottage core vibes to the front of the house with some overgrown landscaping. It's kind of one of those delicate things you go back and forth with the dirt paint and the gravel paint. I know it's really not a pea gravel, but the gravels in this game look very unnatural, and I think that this like rocky grass looks the most natural and not as stark as like some of the gravel things do. So I usually opt for this when I'm going for a driveway. And then I wanted to add lots of trees to make it look like it wasn't just in the middle of an empty field. I mean, I guess farms are in the middle of empty fields, but I wanted it to seem like this house has been here for many, many generations and improved upon over the years. So to do that, I needed, to have some big trees. And I fenced in the entire area. That felt natural to me. I've seen a lot of people using this fence to fence in chickens, and I don't know. I'm just looking at this fence and the chickens that I know who are on my porch right now. I live in a city. I mean, I don't live in a city. I live in a rural community, but I live in town, and there are chickens on my front porch right this very second. We haven't seen them since last summer, but they are back, and they don't give a crap about your fence that's 3 feet off the ground. Like, they don't care about your fence, girl. But anyway, there I was just using the pond tool. It took a little bit here and there to kind of figure out what I wanted to do with it and how it all worked. And I don't know. I obviously I made it work, and I think it looks good. I think the tool is really good, and I like the updates to the terrain paint tools or all of the terrain tools. I think that those are very good updates. I really really like the way that they work. I do wish it would be cool on the square one if it had like a rotation tool on it. That's like so much to ask for and not important at all. But it would be cool if it had a rotation so that you could get straight edges that are on an angle, but whatever, not important. So the pond tool update came with all of this fun additive updates that you can have. It's so cute. I guess they're called spawners. This is so Sims 2. If you're around for The Sims 2, if you've played The Sims 2, you could do Create a World, and in Create a World, I don't know if that's what it was called. That's definitely what it was called in 3, but I don't remember if that's what it was called in 2. But anyway, doesn't matter, not important. You had all of these little spawners for birds and clouds and like the hot air balloon. There was one for a hot air balloon, and they were so fun. When my friends and I would make worlds, we would just put like a billion hot air balloons in one town. Like, it was so impractical, obviously. But oh my gosh, as soon as I saw these like in the live stream a couple weeks ago, I was like, ooh, that's so fun. That's so Sims 2. And I love Sims 2. Sims 2 is my favorite iteration of the Sims games, and I am so nostalgic for it. So there are lots of new pond spawners. There's lightning bugs and dragonflies and ducks and mallards and swans even, and then fish and tadpole and an alligator or crocodile. Not really sure which one. And the turtle on the log, how fun is that? So I put a whole bunch of them down, and then all over the yard and like anywhere in the landscaping, I put lightning bugs. I didn't know until like in my adult life, like in the past couple of years, that lightning bugs were regional. I'm from the Midwest. We have them everywhere, and honestly, we use lightning bug and firefly interchangeably. I would say I use lightning bug the most, but we do call them firefly sometimes. But oh my goodness, how cute is that gonna be when your Sims are like outside having a picnic at the picnic table and there are string lights and lightning bugs everywhere? Ooh, how cute. Honestly, that is so fun. That is so fun. What a nice little additive. I saw online someone said that they really wanted butterflies, and like, ooh, Sims, you really missed it on that, because how easy. I mean, it's the same dang thing, isn't it? Just give us some butterflies next, dog. Okay, so anyway, that was the farmland. Really simple. I laid out the plots to make the farm, and then I added 2 little chicken coops, and then I did fence in where the cattle would be, whether you want a cow or a llama. But I don't think that you have to. I'm pretty sure that they're like confined to that space. I don't know exactly how that works, but I did see a screenshot of chickens inside someone's house, so I'm not sure exactly what the parameters of the animals are and how they work, but I guess we'll see. But I'm just kind of cluttering everything up. I do wish there were more little items to add to our little animals. Like, it would be cute if there was like a water trough, or I don't know. I like the hay bales and the food, but the food is debug, I think. Or maybe it isn't. Oh man, I can't remember now. I'm not obviously very familiar with this pack yet because I've just started using it. But I just added some terrain paint here and there to make it look like natural walking paths where people have been walking and the cattle and the chickens have been. And then I knew I wanted to have a little patio area out here because there's tons of outdoor space, but none of it was designated like for like just your family to hang out. So I added a picnic table with a picnic basket, and then these lights are from Debug too. They're not great, mostly because they are set, I guess, to be in a tree, and I bought this game before whatever deadline it was, and I found the bicycle and I found the little gnome, but I did not find the tree that was wrapped in light. So I'm not sure exactly where that is. Maybe I didn't look hard enough, but I've also heard that people are having problems getting those items. So who knows? I might be in that batch of people, but I'm sure it'll work itself out eventually. But I just wanted to add a little picnic table with a picnic basket. I forgot to like add flooring, but I end up doing that off camera, so it'll be there. But how cute! How cute. So my idea for the house, which we are about to get into, was that it was just an old like colonial style home, and then I thought at one point they must have expanded and added a kitchen on the back, which seems like the thing that does happen based on what I have seen and watched. I have watched a few of Hey Harry's videos. I watch Jessie all the time. I sometimes watch Hawkinsimmer. So I know I've been taking a few notes from those people, and it seems like the general consensus is that oftentimes there is some kind of addition on these really, really old homes. So for me, I thought it made the most sense to have an additional kitchen, because with this pack, the update had, not just for the pack, but the base game update has where children can help their parents cook. So I knew I wanted to have a really large kitchen, because it's not just kids. Like, cooking can be an entire group activity. So I knew I wanted to have that big kitchen, because everyone needs to have their own kitchen space to do that, really. So laying out the living room, dining room, I wasn't really sure. I felt like the angles were a little too contemporary and not traditional enough. So I wanted to have this big fireplace focal area moment, and I was trying to lay everything out to go with that. And I think it worked out in the end. I kind of just put everything down, and then I ended up going back and cluttering it up. But here's the kitchen. So these cabinets, if we had gotten these cabinets 6 months ago, a year ago, okay, yes, we would have been looking for these. But there was this little tiny thing that came out called the Country Kitchen Kit. It's same vibes. Literally the same vibes, more or less the same color schemes. I just don't know if we needed both. I'm always down for more content. I just think that the kits, I've decided that I'm not a fan of kits. I have the Country Kitchen Kit. I'll never want to have something like the clothes. I might eventually want the gameplay. I have been thinking about doing Let's Plays eventually, and in that case I might want some of the gameplay stuff. But if there was gonna be one that I desperately wanted, it would have been the kits aimed at build buy, and I can just say that I don't get enough use out of that pack. I don't like that pack enough. It is very niche, which is okay given the price point, but I just don't think that those packs are worth it, in my opinion. Especially if 6 months later they come out with something like this, where same pack. I don't know. Like, I know that a lot of people complain about reused, and reshading and et cetera, but I truly do really feel like they kind of got us with that $5. Like, and it's just $5, but like sometimes people sock away money to spend on this game, and $5 is $5. Like, you can get a lot of food with $5, and I don't know. I'm not saying that like this is a horrible game and I'm never going to play anymore. I'm just saying that if you buy this, you do not need that kit. Of course, this comes with a whole lot more. I'm just saying, if we had known we were getting this, how many of us do you think also would have bought the kit, who are not the collector, completionists, whatever? I know that I wouldn't. I would not have spent money on that kit if I knew that we were getting this, because the main feature was kitchen cabinets, that we don't have anything similar to that. And, well, unbeknownst to us, we were getting it 6 months later. Another gripe with these cabinets and the ones that we got in Country Kitchen Kit, and one of the swatches that we got, or one of the, meshes or whatever, that we got in Dream Home Decorator. So, cabinets are not all just one cabinet. There's like 8 different pieces of cabinets, and there's a default cabinet. In the 3 that I mentioned, the default cabinets are very unique and have defining features because they have open shelves, which is frustrating when you're placing so many of them together because naturally you wouldn't have them all decorated the same way, but you don't get a choice in decorating them because they are already decorated in the game. So the ones that I chose have a little pink canister or something in it, and I have 10 of those pink canisters in this kitchen because I had to have, I just needed a regular cabinet and there isn't one. So that's a little frustrating. I really do wish they would keep those more unique designs and the ones with open shelving or glass cabinetry in it. I like when they keep those to the more specialty cabinets. So the ones that are end caps and the floor to ceiling ones, or the ones that go above your sink or stove. When those are variant from the default, that's fine, and I prefer that and I love that. But when it's the default cabinet, that kind of makes it hard, I think, to decorate organically because they don't have or as far as I can tell, I cannot find anything that slots onto that, and it just looks like we're making do. I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Maybe that's too gripey, nitpicky, but I have noticed that in the last 3 things that I've purchased, and that's irritating to me. Anyway, we zoomed right on past the owner's suite and we moved right upstairs. I was going to use the other wallpaper from this pack and I totally forgot. I'm so upset. And then I ended up accidentally making these rooms the Schuyler sisters. I decided I was just going to use this gingham pattern in all of the bedrooms, and I ended up just randomly choosing pink, green, and yellow. And then when I did, I was like, wait, Schuyler sisters, work. Okay. And thought it was cute. So I imagined 3 sisters in these rooms, one of them being a nursery, and I kind of thought maybe they were nesting, like maybe someone's pregnant and nesting, but I don't know. It's not that deep, but I kind of, whatever. Anyway, and then we moved right on out of that nursery because nurseries all look the same because we have approximately 3 items to make a nursery. And we're moving on to this teenager's room, who I kind of thought was the rebel of the group. Obviously, the majority of this house seems pretty outdated. And then this room has, I'm not sure if that's a typewriter or if it's just a computer. I honestly didn't look that deep into it. But then I also gave her a record player. So she's not totally, modern. But I just kind of thought that maybe she wasn't really about the farm life anymore, whereas this middle child really still was. They're really into it, but I kind of thought they were also into the arts, so I gave them the kit for the hoops, what do you call it, cross stitching. I gave her the cross stitching basket and also a violin. I thought maybe they were more into the arts, but still really into the farm life. I ended up not doing the owner's bathroom or the bathroom upstairs, but I mean, you just throw a sink and a tub and a toilet in there and I think you're good. So yeah, and then I did have this little landing upstairs, and unfortunately there just isn't a lot going on in the base game, so there wasn't a whole lot to add there, but I did just throw in a bench and a little sideboard table and a mirror. But I thought, most people have more than one pack. This would be the place that might put a secondary living area up here. It'd be a cool kids space, so if you have toddler room stuff or kids room stuff or anything like that come with all of those extra things, this could be a good little play area. Or if your Sims are a little older, this could be a good office area if you wanted a designated office area. But I just kind of made it plain and simple because I'm just working with the 2 packs. But anyway, I believe the screenshots are coming up, so thank you all so much for watching. Please leave a like, a comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I upload new videos every Monday and Thursday at around 4 p.m. So I will see you all in the next one. Bye! stoked to keep working with this pack.